Thank you so very much, Mr. President. Thank you. I want to thank all those who've gathered here today. I want to thank the leaders of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe for supporting the plight of so many around the world. Thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this amazing platform so that I could continue making sure that my husband's voice is heard despite all odds, because this is what the regime wants to do. It wants to silence these voices, and I will not let that happen. You know, over the past year, I have often been lost for words to describe the heartbreak, the sadness, the fury at seeing so many innocent lives lost in this terrible war that the Russian state is leading against Ukraine. At Ukrainian cities being annihilated, at families being torn apart. At seeing Russian soldiers and members of paramilitary groups commit unthinkable atrocities with regard to civilian population. At so many Ukrainian kids killed or stolen from their parents to be brought to Russia and raised as good Russian citizens. The fury at seeing our friends and colleagues being either thrown in jail or forced into exile. At the regime using the entire arsenal of Soviet-style repressive mechanisms that include torture, punitive psychiatry, sexual violence, and prison terms going up to 15 years against those brave enough to raise their voices, despite all odds, despite all risks, those who refuse to be intimidated. The fury at seeing the regime portray anyone who dares oppose the official narrative as a criminal, a traitor, or a spy. I am often lost for words, and yet words are my only weapon, my only means to make the world see, to make sure no one turns away or decides that it's time to go to business as usual and start looking for compromises yet again in dealing with a bully and a murderer. Words are my only means to make sure the world knows the names of Masha and Alexei Moskalyov, of Ilya Yashin, of Alexandra Skochilenko, of Maria Ponomarenko, of Alexei Gorinov, Alexei Navalny, Yuri Dmitriev, Alexei Pichugin, Ahmed Suleimanov, Artyom Kamardin, Lilia Chanisheva, and hundreds of others. And also that of my husband, my soulmate, the father of my children, designated as a foreign agent by the Russian authorities and as a prisoner of conscience by Amnesty International, laureate of the 2022 Václav Havel Prize, sentenced to 25 years of strict regime by the Russian state. As our daughter Sonia wrote in her school essay on political prisoners, Putin is trying to make them feel unheard and unseen, and we must make it known that we see, hear, and stand with them. When asking for a 25-year prison sentence for my husband, prosecutor Loktionov made a very revealing statement. Talking about Vladimir, he said, "This is our enemy who must be punished." In a sense, he told the truth. Vladimir indeed rejects everything this government stands for. The things dictatorships of the world are most afraid of are the truth and that inner freedom that makes people stand up to the worst monsters, that refusal to be intimidated, to be scared into silence. Time and again throughout history, dictators underestimated that power of moral courage in the face of an all-powerful repressive state. That courage that time and again proves to be stronger than military might. As Vladimir would say, the night is the darkest before the dawn. We will prevail and Russia will be free because we are Russians too, and we refuse to be scared. Thank you very much.